some other Ugandans in some other areas of the country, because Sudan is a very big country. In case we are in touch with the Ugandan community to make sure that they feed us with information in case there are any other Ugandans they know. But the effect so far has been in Khartoum and those areas which are surrounding Khartoum.
The few still remaining there, we shall put in place plans to try and get them out as well. So thank you, welcome home.
Fighting in Sudan broke out in mid-April 2023, igniting a humanitarian misfortune, leading to death of over 400 people. The disagreement is between troops loyal to the president, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, and Vice President Mohamed Hamdan, the commander of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Relatedly, Senior Presidential Advisor on Special Operations, General Mahosie Kainer has hailed President Yoweri Museveni and the Ethiopian government for the support and efforts rendered towards the successful evacuation of Ugandans who were trapped in the Sudan war zone. General Mahosie, who steered and commanded the evacuation process, was at the Entebbe Old Airport base in the wee hours of Thursday.
The presence of the Special Forces Command personnel at the Old Entebbe Airport base was a manifestation of the successful rescue mission of Ugandans who were trapped in the Sudan war. Present at the base was the former SFC commander and now the Senior Presidential Advisor on Special Operations, General Mahosie Kainer, to ensure a safe landing of Ugandan evacuees. At 30:30 a.m., Uganda National Carrier A330 landed at the Old Airport base, where on board were Ugandan university students studying from Khartoum, businessmen and Muslims who were returning from Hijjah in Mecca but got trapped in Khartoum waiting for a connecting flight to Entebbe, Uganda. General Mahosie Kainer with humor welcomed these Ugandans back home.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Who's this? This is your child?
Yeah.
Hello.
Come on.
Welcome.
According to General Mahosie, the repatriation process was entirely mission-ably executed by Uganda's allied forces, the Special Forces Command.
Some of the Special Forces officers can also come forward. He was also coordinating from here, but he came and picked you up in Ethiopia. And the whole of SFC, which is the one receiving you now.
He saluted the President of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for creating an enabling ground for the repatriation process.
We want to thank our President. He's the one who planned all of this and supported us to help you come back.
Mahosie equally hailed the Ethiopian government for the cooperation rendered in the rescue operation mission.
We also want to thank the government of Ethiopia very much for allowing us to use their territory to evacuate you.
At the airport, the team was treated to a brotherly reception comprised of refreshments, medical assistance, as well as free government transports to their final destinations.
There are some medical checks for those who are not feeling well. The doctors will check you, and then there's some transportation to take you to Kampala. Thank you very much.
General Mahosie Kainer offered a standing ovation to the Uganda Airlines for making the journey possible and also pledged that efforts to return more of the willing citizens back home are still on.
To thank General Mahosie the most, because he was the one commanding this operation and supervising it.
It was fine. We found them organized, so the process was very fast. They were happy, of course, to come back home. They were happy. They were desperate to get back here.
Robert Nyango.
Well, the First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, has presided over the groundbreaking of Aga Khan University and Hospital in Nakawa. It will offer life-saving care and quality education to many of the underprivileged Ugandans in the coming years once completed. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony, the First Lady appreciated the Aga Khan Foundation initiative for the huge investment they are going to undertake in Uganda. Farida Namfuka has more.
Aga Khan University under the Aga Khan Development Network has commenced construction of the university's Kampala campus in Nakawa with facilities for a hospital, academic and students' residences. The 60-acre piece of land near Nakawa Business Park was given to the Aga Khan Development Network by the government of Uganda. It becomes the largest single capital development of Aga Khan in East Africa. This investment, once completed, will be part of the fulfillment of President Museveni's vision of prosperity for Uganda through providing opportunities for institutions that will contribute to the social and economic transformation of Uganda. The First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, who was the chief guest at the groundbreaking ceremony, appreciates God for the exceptionally skilled and equipped nurses and midwives the Aga Khan University and Hospital will bring to Uganda.
It's my prayer and hope that in the coming years, through the Aga Khan Teaching Hospital, Kampala, thousands of our people will receive life-saving care, making it a beacon of hope. Thousands of our babies will be born in delivery rooms, making it a scene of joy. And that thousands of our young generation will receive quality education, making it a hub for personal growth and transformation.
Princess Zahara Aga Khan said this project will bring new elements in Aga Khan University, like training the most needed specialists that will make a huge difference in Uganda's medical care.
Not only will it bring a new 4-year bachelor's degree in nursing and medicine, but it will train much needed specialists through residency programs in surgery, internal medicine and other fields. In 24 specialities, the hospital will, inshallah, provide families with peace of mind that comes from knowing that specialist care is available here, close to home.
As Uganda opens doors of opportunity to Aga Khan University to demonstrate the power of Africa and Asia's collaboration to contribute to the body of knowledge, the measure of these services to global standards need to be considered.
Higher education and science are two of the most important factors in development, and Africa requires having institutions that will assist in the development of those resources. It isn't only sufficient to create the resources, but we have to be able to measure them against global standards so that institutions of Africa, whether they be in healthcare or in other areas, come up to global standards.
The German government extended a grant of $17 million to Aga Khan to support this project and expressed confidence in Aga Khan University to achieve its goal, given its performance record. I'm Nafka Farida.
Vice President Jessica Alupo has reiterated Uganda's commitment towards women emancipation during the United Nations Women Leadership High-Level Dinner in Kampala. Alupo said Uganda has made noticeable strides in women emancipation, citing the bigger number of women holding positions in the Ugandan cabinet and at all other levels of leadership.
Action and poverty through commercialization of agriculture, value addition, marketing and industrialization. Uganda, therefore, has several good practices in pursuing gender equality and empowering women, and I am therefore pleased that UN Women selected this venue to host the regional meeting. We are privileged to have you here in the Pearl of Africa, and we request that you stay longer and enjoy the climate and the beautiful sceneries of our country. Not only does Uganda offer a conducive environment, but also the opportunity to showcase the positive impact of the policies and laws that support gender equality and improved livelihoods for Ugandans. I am sure you have seen for yourselves that there is a country in Africa who has a vice president who is speaking now. Who is a woman. I'm sure you also saw the Prime Minister, and you have also seen the Speaker and many other women leaders here in Uganda. In achieving all this, government has worked with other stakeholders, including civil society, faith-based organizations, traditional and cultural institutions, the academia, and the private sector. In addition, the partnership we have at regional level through the various regional economic communities, the African Union, bilaterally and globally, have facilitated Uganda's progress in social and economic development. In this regard, ladies and gentlemen, our government appreciates the partnership with all development partners, the UN agencies, and other well-intentioned institutions that support the national agenda of socio-economic transformation.
And Minister Mary Goretti Kitutu's personal assistant Joshua Abajo has appeared before the Anti-Corruption Court in Kololo to answer charges of corruption and conspiring with the minister to defraud government. Joshua Abajo pleaded not guilty to the alleged offences and was later remanded to Lira government prison.
Joshua Abajo appeared before court following criminal summons that were issued against him over the Karamoja iron sheet scandal. Before Chief Magistrate Joan Yasiro, Joshua Abajo was charged with 2 counts of corruption and 1 count of conspiring with his boss, Minister for Karamoja Affairs Mary Goretti Kitutu, to defraud government over 14,500 iron sheets meant for the vulnerable people in Karamoja sub-region. Joshua Abajo, however, pleaded not guilty to the alleged offences. Prosecution informed court that investigations are still ongoing. However, Abajo, through his lawyer led by Paul Kutesa, asked court to be released on bail on grounds that he is innocent and that the charges against him are bailable by the Anti-Corruption Court. Upon presenting his 2 land titles, Abajo also presented sureties, namely Kenneth Mugumiatevijuka, the Assistant Commissioner in the Ministry of Education and Sports, Joshua Musinguzi, his cousin, and Assistant Commissioner, Minister of Works and Transport, as well as Geoffrey Ndiwarana, the engineer for Machindi Sabagaba Municipal Council. Prosecution led by David Bisamunyo, however, objected to the bail application, saying some sureties are not fit, basing on their financial capacity among other grounds. In her brief ruling, Chief Magistrate Asiyo Joan adjourned the case to 2nd May 2023 and committed Joshua Abajo to Lira government prison until when he would deliver a ruling in his bail application. Meanwhile, Minister Mary Goretti Kitutu and his brother Nabayo Michael Kitutu were also present in court to hear the case. However, prosecution told court that investigations are still ongoing, thus asking court for more time. Joshua Abajo becomes the 15th suspect to be charged in the Karamoja iron sheet scandal. Others charged previously include Minister for Finance and Economic Planning Mahosie Golobi and State Minister for Karamoja Affairs Agnes Nandutu, who is still on remand. Deborah Nama Monde, Nantongo Rebecca, UBC News.
And 11 opposition women members of parliament have been unconditionally released after they were arrested in an attempt to march to the Ministry of Internal Affairs to present their petition on the alleged brutality by security personnel. The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, was among those that came to their rescue at the Central Police Station in Kampala, where the legislators were detained. Parliament has asked the Prime Minister to present a detailed statement on the matter on Tuesday next week.
A section of opposition women members of parliament decided to march to the Ministry of Internal Affairs to present a petition in protest of the alleged brutality by police. The intended peaceful demonstration turned violent after the MPs were blocked by security, leading to arrest of 11 of them. Police on several occasions have blocked arrangements by opposition members of parliament from holding belated Women's Day activities for 2023, hence sparking huge protest by the legislators. As Parliament afternoon session chaired by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Taiwa, was deliberating on the supplementary budget Schedule 1 for financial year 2022-2023, the leader of opposition, Matthias Mpuga, angrily intervened to seek for guidance from the presiding officer on the incidents as the arrested women MPs were detained at the Central Police Station.
So I'd like to ask the Speaker that you order this House to act on this impunity and we stop it.
This called for adjournment of the House.
Please, we are going to meet in my waiting area. House suspended for 10 minutes.
At this point, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, had set feet to CPS to secure the release of the MPs. The 11 MPs were then released unconditionally.
What we have done this far, and I'm surprised Loeb says those honourable members are not yet released, we passed the instruction to release them unconditionally.
I don't know what goes on in their mind. I don't know how they are trained. I don't know their sense of judgment. But it's very unfortunate. We would like to appreciate the leadership of Parliament for coming in to secure our release.
Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Taiwa called for investigation into police actions and continued manner of arrests. Taiwa says the acts depict double standards and tasked the Prime Minister to present a detailed statement on Tuesday next week.
Really, when you see the videos, they look ugly. There shouldn't be any sugarcoating. And these people are not working for government. Right, Honorable? You need to go, you investigate. These are not people working for the government you have. The people who are making this government get hated, our country get hated, they are saboteurs. You must go and investigate them.
It is surprising that it was done at the gates of Parliament. My view is that it shouldn't be done anywhere, whether near Parliament or wherever, and against anyone, not just members of Parliament. So to that extent, action will be taken. I want to promise this House action will be taken, and we shall inform the House.
Susan Naung and Daniel Mugoya reporting for ABC TV.
Meanwhile, in Karamoja, Sub-Region Police is investigating the murder of 2 people who were speared to death in Moroto municipality over land-related issues. The deceased were identified as 35-year-old Mary Ann Nakor, who was pregnant and a daughter to Maritina Lopitido. Now, according to eyewitnesses, the deceased at the time of their death were cultivating. However, key suspect in the cold-blood murder, one Mark Losike, is reported to have ordered them to lie on the ground and stabbed them to death.
In the hours of Thursday morning, grief engulfed Kanakomoli village in Naitakwewa parish, Moroto municipality, after 2 women were found killed in cold blood by suspected relatives over land-related issues using spears.
The time I went home and then coming back, I go to the school when I'm fighting wrangles in that place.
How many were there?
People are many. So I was just riding my picking. Just came to the Abajo. Reaching there, they've communicated that they've killed what? The two people, the Honorable Nakol and the mother.
Yes. Having many tools, spears, pangas, they were carrying, some of them were carrying stones, they have
Around 9:30, 100 hours. It is the mother and the daughter. The mother is called Lopido Martina, and the daughter is called Mapor Mary Anna.
The suspected murderer is Losike Mark, aged 46 years, a resident of Kanakomoli village in Moroto municipality. According to eyewitnesses,
when the second group went back, Losike comes with what a spear running. Came in that very direction. And then the people I want to repeat that. These people thought that this man was still after killing all these people, he was now running after this man. Man had no intention of going to the garden. It is the daughter who came with that idea. She was like, I hope there is nothing which is going to happen. If you say so, she said that the daughter told her, you fear death. For me, I am going to die on this land. That is what she said. But the mother had no intention of cultivating that garden.
To question what type of health issues are now affecting the Karamojongs mentally. This frustration comes in the form of cumulative and comprehensive trauma. So it becomes really unfortunate.
The elders in Moroto saying this land is over 100 acres and the issues have been in court for over 10 years. And court was to give its ruling on Friday this week.
Mediation mechanisms are common now in Karamoja. And then even in terms of justice, justice is never done duly the way.
The Deputy Inspector of Police, Major General Geoffrey Tumusime Kasigazi, has asked the people of northern Uganda who are currently affected by cattle riders to remain calm as police is committed to handle the matter. Kasigazi is in northern Uganda to assess police performance and welfare as well as the security situation there.
The Deputy IGP, Major General Geoffrey Tumusime Kasigazi, together with other directors from police headquarters, arrived in North Kyoga to assess the security situation and police welfare in the region. The team toured the whole structure housing the Central Police Station before checking on the status of Lira Police Health Center 2 at Police Barracks and the regional headquarters at Irute. He later convened a closed-door meeting with the police leadership in the region. Addressing the media at Pauline Hotel in Lira, Kasigazi said the tour, among other reasons, is to find a lasting solution to the cattle raids in the area.
In some instances, they cause loss of life, which is impacting on our security. We are here, amongst the many reasons why we are here, we are going to address this issue. We are already discussing it. We are going to look at how best can we handle these cases of raids.
Police records indicate that 273 cattle have been raided from Otuke district and 172 has been recovered by the joint security forces. The raids has also left several in fear and tension, while others have begun fleeing the district with their animals.
Police and army and other security agencies will work together. We are going to address this issue once and for all.
Poor accommodation and inadequate manpower, among others, are challenges that need intervention. Police say they are also constrained by resources to recruit more officers.
And we still appeal to government to allow us to recruit because the demands for police are immense. This region has limited force. We have already been discussing with my officers here.
The international standard of investigation, one CID to 12 cases But sometimes you find one detective is handling close to 25 or 30 cases, which is beyond the standard.
On poor accommodation, Katsigazi said bidding is ongoing to erect better houses for police.
Appeal to those who have the money, because sometimes it is the money we have. This is like private-public partnership. They come in, build, then government pays gradually.
After meeting the police officers, he later interacted with all the RDCs in Lango before heading to Acholi for the same engagement. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, under the auspices of the East African Community, will host the 10th East African Petroleum Conference and Exhibition 2023 from the 9th to the 11th of May 2023 at the Kampala Serena Hotel in Uganda. Take full advantage of the investment opportunities in the East African region's vibrant oil and gas sector. To find out more on how to sponsor, exhibit, or attend the 10th EAPCE 23, visit www.eapce23.eac.int.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
This is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100 *1#. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's the encounters with our majestic gorillas, the thrill of taking on the falls of the Nile River, the joy of discovering new traditions, and a lot more. Join us at the 2023 Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo from the 26th to the 29th of April at the Commonwealth Resort, Munyonyo. Rediscover our country's uniqueness and see what the tourism sector has in store for you. Visit www.poate.co.ug to secure your spot and get set to learn, network, and explore. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo is brought to you by the Uganda Tourism Board in partnership with Competitiveness and Enterprise Development Projects. Explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Jerry con! Jerry con! Hey, Master Blaster! Touch him, man! Bang Jerry con with muscle! Those ones who say go for you only. Mundawa! Best movies I teach you. When I go to which the school, because of the cover is very far. Is you serious? It's just you. What? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs, and you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru, and Umaru refuses to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, where? Jerry, car.
Okukakalukano okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako. N'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga. Awamu teri kitulema.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Korle District Chairperson's Maize Garden has been cleared by Nema in an operation to restore degraded wetlands in the district. Korle RDC Caroline Angolere says the first phase of the operation targets 10 big shots of the districts that include the district chairperson, army officers, ambassadors and other elites in the community.
A team from National Environmental Management Authority Nema stormed Korle District to enforce the restoration of degraded wetlands. Over 30 hectares were restored in the exercise that saw a number of trees brought down and crops smashed to the ground. Currently, it is estimated that about 38% of the total wetland coverage in Korle is degraded.
We are trying to engage them so that they let them begin to understand that it is not about Nema. When issues of climate change come, it will not affect Nema alone, it will affect all of us.
According to officials, the first phase of the enforcement targeted 10 big shots who had extended beyond their boundaries. Nema says they were forced to swing into action after issuing several orders.
Even after giving a restoration order for him to restore the area, he was not responding. And for us, we follow the law. We are implementing the law. After the 21 days, we get to action.
If we are to succeed in the implementation of PDM, for example, which is production and productivity, we must take into consideration the issues of what? Of environmental protection, issues of climate change. And so these enforcements are timely. So we have started with the top 10.
The big shots included army officers, the district chairperson and other allied members of the community.
Because some of them felt untouchable. They encouraged them to be in the wetland. On top of that, these are the people who were supposed to demobilize the community from the wetland. So for example, we must lead by example.
This guest house at Konaboke will also have its wall fence broken down after extending its boundary over 20 meters into the wetland. Nema says the wetland is being degraded by very responsible persons in the community. They encourage communities to consider livelihood options like PDM to get out of the swamps. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
As Uganda prepares to celebrate World Labour Day in Namutumba District, Minister of State for Labour Charles Ngola has reiterated government's commitment to ensure that the rights of employees are respected. To this end, the ministry will be holding meetings with media houses to ensure that journalists are also protected, recognizing their significant contribution to informing society. Ivan Kahwa has more.
Occupational safety in the workplace is a fundamental right of every employee, which enhances productivity during task execution. It is the responsibility of employers to ensure the safety and security of the working environment for their workers, protecting them from occupational hazards. The lack of such safety standards can result in low worker enrollment, as employees may fear working in hazardous environments.
According to the UBOS National Labour Force Survey 2021, 898 persons of the working population had suffered accidents, injuries in the 12 months preceding the survey. Furthermore, 357 of the 898 persons suffered serious accidents that caused absence from work.
If you're working at a work site and you realize that the building has faults and is likely to collapse, you are safer to move away than keep your job and die.
The Ministry of Gender shall meet media proprietors regarding journalists working without contracts and the lack of occupational safety measures while gathering news.
We are going to prioritize inspecting media houses during this quarter to ensure that journalists' rights are not violated. Nonetheless, even if you do not have an employment contract, you can still secure and protect your rights.
Minister Charles Engola has taken note of the alarming conditions that some KCCA garbage collectors work in and has pledged to take immediate action.
We need to talk to the responsible persons, the employers, to make sure these people have the gears. We are going to do that. We shall write to them as soon as possible, especially the cases here. And I think they're listening to us.
These challenges pose a significant hurdle to promoting positive work culture and ethics and will be highlighted during the Labor Day celebrations in Namutumba district.
The day is also used to reflect on our achievements, challenges, and opportunities for enhancing productive employment.
On April 28, 2023, Ugandans will also join the rest of the world in honoring the World Day for Safety and Health at Workplace under the theme, A Safe and Healthy Working Environment as a Fundamental Principle and Right at Work. Ivan Kahwa and Rogers Komagum, UBC News in Kampala.
The Residential District Commissioner for Mbarara, Amy Katera Turiabajenyi, has appealed to road users to be vigilant to reduce the skyrocketing accidents arising from reckless driving. Now, Turiabajenyi made the remarks in Mbarara City at a road safety engagement with ambulance first responders and those in emergency departments. The engagement focused on emergency care of accident victims on the scene prior to delivering them to emergency wards.
The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Association of Ambulance Professionals of Uganda, have trained over 30 medical personnel in Western Uganda from the districts of Isingiro, Chirohura, and Bara on how to respond to the emergencies of accidents on the roads.
The reason of being here for this training is to improve the skills of people that work in the ambulance and also in the emergency departments or the different facilities. People are getting skills and definitely life-saving.
The resident district commissioner from Mbarara district, Amy Katera Turiabajenyi, in his speech appealed to road users to be vigilant about their lives while on roads.
This is definitely different from the ordinary ambulances you have been seeing, which have been being donated by members of parliament that don't have all these equipment. So you have seen the level of the response. As they were here responding to the accident, they were communicating to referral hospitals and the nearby hospitals, such that as they carry the patients from the scene, the hospitals are already prepared.
It has been noted that most accidents happen due to reckless driving, with the growing population and urbanization in Mbarara City.
Every driver on the Ugandan road is a very fast driver. And when you want to be fast, you become reckless. It is recklessness that is causing these accidents. Many of these vehicles are taken for inspection, but they are found to be in a mechanical condition, which is okay. But the cause is recklessness, lack of patience, overtaking in places where you're not supposed to overtake. Are the border riders. They want to overtake. They want to show that their motorcycles are faster than the vehicles or even stronger, and at the end of it all, they cause these terrible accidents.
Accident cases are also increasing on a daily basis. However, during the engagement with ambulance operators and medical personnel, government donated ambulances to be used in emergency rescue operations of accident victims to save lives. Dr. Linda Grace Nalojan, emerging specialist, believes that the trainees will pass on the knowledge acquired to others when they get back in their hospitals.
So we are training our teams to be able to reach to the accident scenes, provide care at the accident scene, then get the proper ambulance to be able to carry these patients to the hospitals where they're going to get proper care according to the severity and priority of the injuries that they have gotten.
According to the annual crime report 2022, the country registered 20,394 cases of road accidents in 2022 compared to 17,443 registered the previous year. Out of every 100 crashes, 22 people died, while 61% of all road accidents were as a result of reckless driving, according to police.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Maize Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Maize Technologies, your professional research firm.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Now in business, the Commissioner for Economic Development Policy and Research Department at the Ministry of Finance, Joseph Enyimo, says there is need for a competitive market for national inclusivity and the potential of untapped local capital to grow the capital markets. Enyimo was speaking to investment professionals and entrepreneurs and policymakers at the first ever Alternative Investment Conference in Uganda, organized by CFA Society East Africa.
If you are investing in Uganda for 20 years, for example, government is able to pay you up to 16% every year for 20 years. Yet if you are to invest in London or the US for a Eurobond, for example, you only earn about 5%.
The Acting Commissioner Economic Development, Policy and Research at the Ministry of Finance, Joseph Enyimo, has emphasized search of opportunities in the alternative investment space for fast economic growth. He was speaking at Alternative Conference 2023 organized by Chartered Financial Analysts Society East Africa, where he emphasized reduction on input costs, licensing fees, internet costs, overhead costs, and regulatory burden to make capital markets attractive.
We have an entire NDP-free program on energy, and it commands over 1 trillion shillings annually. But that is just the public sector. We also have private investment, a lot of remote independent power producers.
In his keynote address, the Chief Executive Officer, Capital Markets Authority, Keith Kalyegira, called for restructuring of pension schemes to foster choice and a competitive capital market.
Main issuers and licensors of
primary dealers who are trying to really get this fixed income market, secondary market activated to the point where it's attractive for investors to invest in corporate bonds or commercial paper as alternative sources of funding for private equity. I think the main issue of risk for private equity is what are you going to be investing in?
So we are trying to give people other options beyond bank money, beyond going to microfinance. There are other ways we can get business moving and other ways we can build the country that we have.
The country manager at Extra Small Medium Large, Carol Birungi, emphasized the importance of investment planning and social inclusivity. The Chartered Financial Analyst Society chair of the event committee, David Ivan Wangoro, noted the emergence of private equity and called for a change in boardroom mindsets and increased capital.
Now when we tell them that the structure of exit is sponsor, 50%, 25% is strategic buy. 25% is buyback by owner, which is structured. IPO has 5%. Okay, they say big, but
the chair of the Advocacy Committee at Chartered Financial Analyst Society East Africa, Alan Lwetebe, emphasized the need to tap into local capital to grow the capital markets.
So that one, people who want to lend money or who want to invest, who want to give money in this area can do it safely. They can do it with a benefit, and also people who are needing money, who want to start a business, who want to do a startup, a small business, a venture, can also access money beyond going to banks and microfinance.
The Chief Executive Officer, Uganda Retirement Benefits Regulatory Authority, Martin Nsobuga, said liquidity exists in Ugandan markets depending on the size of the investment, and that marketable securities such as publicly traded stocks and bonds as well as inventories are readily available.
Our market is from a structural perspective has some kind of the books of the president said
the conference is being held under the theme Unlocking Local Capital and Transforming Capital Markets and attracted investment professionals, policymakers, entrepreneurs and Chartered Financial Analyst Society East Africa members from Rwanda and Kenya.
What do you have in your spaces for us, the Mutuawansi?
Story compiled by Deo Habimana for UBC News.
And now in sports, the Victoria Pearls defeated Hong Kong by 3 wickets to register a first win in the Capricorn Eagles quadrangular series currently happening in Windhoek, Namibia. The win is a comeback for the team after they lost to UAE by 50 runs in the first game they played on the 25th of April 2023.
In a somewhat cliffhanger game played at the United Cricket Ground in Windhoek, Namibia, Uganda was elected to bowl first, putting up a good show and limiting Hong Kong to 68 runs all out in the first innings. When it came to chasing the target score, Uganda started off poorly, suffering a wicket in the first over and 3 more in the power play. However, the team managed to recollect and gain momentum by the 10th over, eventually posting 72 runs for 7 wickets in 14 overs and hence winning the game by 3 wickets with 36 balls to spare.
I think we started well with our fielding, but towards the end we relaxed a bit and gave away a few runs here and there. But yeah, the batting we're still struggling. The batters are not very patient, with the ball, wanting to take big shots instead of going 1-1. But otherwise, we're happy for the win.
And quite a good fight in the bowling and the fielding, though a little misfields here and there. But I hope we shall be there. It's just a process. And in the batting, short selections weren't that right. They were pressure, one or the other, which wasn't there because we had very many balls with few runs to chase. But it's just the beginning of the tournament. I hope we shall do better.
The Victoria Pearls are looking at improving their ranking as the event has ICC ranking points to earn. Uganda is currently ranked 19 and will need some crucial wins to climb up. The team gets a rest day tomorrow, the 28th of April 2023, and will be back in action against hosts Namibia on the 29th of April 2023. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
Well, that does it for News Tonight. For now, we do return at 10 o'clock with more details. And Elizabeth Nakakuni on sign language. I am Rhoda Ngozi. Do stick around.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.